How much can you heal in 90 days? Like, how much can you actually get done within yourself? And that's probably the wrong way to say it because it's not supposed to be about productivity and grinding and taking lots of action. It's not supposed to be that. How much healing can happen when you give it the space of 90 days? That's the question. And I am in the midst of revisiting my sabbatical from 4 years ago. I took a 3 month sabbatical, an entire summer, right after I left my corporate job. I left my corporate job. I got rid of most of my belongings and sold them and became completely nomadic. And that was the only plan that I had. And I've been sharing with people whenever I can about the importance of taking a break, taking a pause, getting a rest, getting time and space for healing for yourself. And I thought that it might be helpful for someone to take a little peek into my video diaries from when I took my sabbatical and kind of give you some ideas of some things that you can do or ways that you can approach it. But I got to tell you that in doing this journey, this particular series, I know that it has been way more for me. It's been like another layer of healing and another, I don't know, it's just really solidified a lot of what I was going through and and how I've evolved since. So it's been really great for me. And I know that there's at least a handful of you that are following along with this. So I'm hoping that it brings some awareness or some ideas or some ahas to you as well. So right now, today we are on day 82. The name of the video is Countdown to End of Sabbatical. I don't know what I said, what I'm watching this for the first time in 4 years. So let's take a look and see how I was feeling about the countdown to the end of my sabbatical. Hello, everyone. It's Amy coming at you live from Wendy's Oasis in Washington, D.C. Last day before I head back to New Jersey tomorrow. So I have 11 days left in my summer sabbatical. In my mind, it was going through the end of August, so we're about 11 days away from the end of August. So one of the things that I did this weekend was I went back and watched my videos from roughly the first 30 days of my sabbatical, which was interesting to watch. It might have been too soon for me to watch that. On the good side, it reminded me of what my intention was when I started. And my intention when I started, I mentioned two things. One was I wanted to find more clarity around what my next phase of life was going to look like. Professionally, personally, where I was going to live, all that kind of stuff. So some more clarity with that. And then the second thing is I wanted to get healthy, mind, body, and soul. And I feel like I have accomplished both of those big goals. Not completely finished with everything that it entails, but I definitely have more clarity. I know I've got plans all the way through next summer that I definitely will share more about. But bottom line is my intention is to remain nomadic with my living style and continue to get some freelance work to pay my bills while supporting my passion project, which starts with the launch of my podcast series this fall. So in a nutshell, those are some of the plans that I have. And then in terms of getting healthier, I'm down at least 10 pounds since I left California. I say at least because, as I may have mentioned, I stopped weighing myself at some point. So I think I started at a higher point than what I might have even thought. So I'm 10 pounds down from the last time I weighed myself in California, which was a long time ago. So I'm more active on a daily basis. I'm watching what I'm eating, et cetera, et cetera. So accomplishing a lot there. Doing a lot of great things for my mood, my energy, exploring my spirituality. So I'm feeling really good about everything that I've been exploring in that way. So in terms of what my intentions were when I started, I'm feeling good with how this sabbatical is playing and has played out. So in the 11 days that I have left, while I have a lot of things to do during that time, I've got a lot of plans in place, and a lot of fun things happening even over the next 11 days. I still want to continue on this path of growth. And even when my sabbatical is over, it's still just sort of launching sort of a new attitude, a new outlook, a new perspective. I want to close out this sabbatical in some sort of a meaningful way. I've been thinking about what to do. Like, what is there some sort of ceremony, celebration, ritual thing that I can do to sort of honor this transitional time, this summer that I've spent, and just really show deep, deep, deep gratitude for what the experience has been, and for all the various people in my life around me who have supported me through it. So I'm giving some thought on how to do that. But the next 11 days are probably going to go really, really fast. I will post more to talk more about more of my plans and details for the future. I still want to do some deeper work in processing grief. You know, some of the trauma that I have from almost 30 years ago that I still think that I carry with me. I want to explore some methods to release more of that. I want to look into EMDR, which has been recommended. EMDR therapy has been recommended a few times. I want to try acupuncture. So there's more things that I want to do and explore to really get. I'm really working hard to become my absolute best self as I prepare for this third age of life. I have a vision, and that vision is becoming more and more crystal clear every day of what that third age is going to look like. I've spent my second age fearing it, dreading it, scared of it, and I'm starting to not feel that way, and instead feeling inspired and invigorated by the possibilities. So lots more to come. Hope you guys are all having a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Aw, I think that's the first video clip where I can kind of see signs of my healing. I just feel, I don't know, I feel like I was very focused and clear in this particular video, and in my eyes and everything. So, and it's 82 days in, 82 days of giving myself space, to just be and to find joy and all of those things. So that's I mean, it's cool. It's cool to see the beginning and the clarity that I had about what I wanted this next season to be like, and to think about the last 4 years has been a continuation of that. I have been living that, and I have been continuously growing and stretching. But this video was also a reminder to me that I have my best work, best growth, or whatever, when I've given myself space to be free, and like free of worry and stress. I mentioned here how I had, released at least 10 pounds at that point. That journey continued. I ended up losing a total of like 35 pounds or something like that, because it continued on from there. But it was also a subtle reminder that I have a tendency to neglect my physical health when I am emotionally stressed or under any strain. and physical health, including weight. And that's because of a relationship with food and what that does to me emotionally and all that kind of stuff. So this video was a good reminder of that, and to find ways to give myself that space to be free of worry and stress and all of those things. Whew. Like I mentioned in recent videos, I'm just going through another temporary season of stress. And watching these video diaries is just a good reminder of how to lighten that load, lighten that burden, because by lightening that, I'm able to clear my vision. I'm able to see things more clearly, and I'm able to, I talked about being the highest, best version of myself, which I'm continuously striving to be that person. And I think I went a really, really, really long time very much connected to that and in tune with that, often like directly communicating with that highest, best version of myself. And I do feel like the last like year or so, I've kind of lost some of that. So this is a good reminder to tap into who I am and how I feel and what I think when I am at the best version of myself, and utilizing that healthy Amy during times when Amy is struggling or in pain or whatever. And I guess I've heard it articulated in different ways by other people, when they talk about be the mother to yourself that you need, like mothering yourself and learning to mother yourself. And I definitely think that this age and season of my life is all about that, is learning how to mother yourself. And for some reason, that's what came up when I watched this. And I know I talked about 11 more days to sabbatical, and there's definitely, I do remember some of the things that I did in those last 11 days. Stay tuned. I'll share them with you. They might give you some interesting ideas, but I also know that it just kind of continued. The lifestyle just kind of continued. The only difference after the sabbatical ended was that I was actively seeking money making, like how to generate income. The responsibility of generating income came into play after the sabbatical, but the rest of my lifestyle was continuing as it was in the sabbatical. And so the interesting part that comes next is, how do you do both? How do you live that lifestyle like your sabbatical and support yourself and make that living, et cetera, et cetera. So that's it, day 82. Woo! Coming into the home stretch. My name is Amy Palmer. I am your Gen X big sister. I have this series on this channel, or you can check out my other series, Your Gen X Big Sister, or my Blueprint Breakers podcast. All can be found on this channel. Have a great day.